Hi guys, I'm Sierra from the Rusted Roan. I help people decorate their homes by creating home decor. I hope you guys are having a nice weekend. It's been beautiful here today. We ran into town to get some supplies today for this coming week. And then I also took Carson to the pumpkin patch with some friends, and that was a lot of fun. So we played the pumpkin patch. They had slides and a petting zoo, and it was just a lot of fun. So if you're just joining, say hi. Let me know how your weekend's been. Has it been fun? Are you working? Are you doing projects? Are you making anything pretty? So yeah, say hi. Anyway, so if you've been following any of my posts this week, you'll see that I have been working on a light bathroom remodel. And I wanted to share with you guys the tub and tile refinishing process. And so this is all coming out this week. That was the final decision, is that I'm just going to tear it all out. But I wanted to share the whole process of redoing the tile. And this stuff actually works really well, but our house is pretty old, and it's just to the point where we just need to take it out. We need to take it out and redo it like we redid the rest of the house. This is our very last big project for this house, and I kind of jumped the gun on the remodel just because I was supposed to paint while Shane was gone. He's actually been out on one of the fires, but turned into taking out the vanity and then tearing out the floor and redoing the bathtub and the surround, and it just kind of snowballed. That's what happens with a remodel. Like it just starts snowballing. I mean, you can't control it. Well, I can't control it. I shouldn't be left unsupervised. Anyway, so for the tub and tile, oh, where's that box? Hold on one second, let me grab the box. Okay, sorry. So this is the tub and tile that I used. It might be backwards, but it's Rustoleum Tub and Tile, and it comes in a couple of different colors. So this is the white, and they say it's, hi Sam, thanks for joining. They say it's one box for a tub and surround. Don't believe it. I used 2 full boxes for the tub and surround. Hey Katie, I probably could have used 3 if I really wanted to. Like if I really wanted to just do another coat, because the key to this stuff is light, thin coats, so multiple light coats. This one, it came in white, and then I saw, what was it, an almond? If you are going to get paint or paint supplies, like you're not just going to Home Depot to pick out a paint color, like if you need something specific, like you want a glaze made, or you know, you need something altered a little bit, or you have questions about a project, you know, what finish will go with what paint or what have you, go to a paint store, like a real paint store where they can answer your questions. You know, it wasn't somebody that just got transferred from the garden department into the paint department. Hi Jessica, thank you for joining. I always tell my husband not to leave me alone. Yep, me too. Yeah, I just can't be trusted. I think last time my husband was gone, I tore out fencing or something. Who knows? So now he knows how everything works around here. So yeah, if you are going to get paint from a paint place, just go to a real paint store, you know, somebody that really specializes in paint, whether it's Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams. I mean, there's so many different kinds of paint stores, but go to a specialized paint store. Hi Kathy, thanks for joining. So for the tub and tile, it's a long process to clean the tile to get it ready. So I think it took me like 2 days to do this bathtub and surround, and now I'm gonna rip it out. But I really wanted to try it, and I actually did this on my laundry room sink also, just to kind of see how it's gonna last, so I can share with you guys later how long it lasted, you know, if it really works or not. So this took me, I wanna say a total of, I don't know, probably 6 hours to clean. I mean, I have a toddler, so, you know, it was kind of back and forth a little bit, but it was quite the process. So to clean it, first you're going to take off all the loose grout, you're going to take off all of the old caulking, And then your first step is going to be to clean it with bleach and water to get all the mildew off of it. And if you saw my cool little tool with my drill and the little brush head on the drill, that works really well. So that got all the mildew and all the nasty gunk off of it. I mean, this is probably the cleanest the shower has ever been in its life. This house was built in 1964. So it's not that old, but it's just old enough. So Carson is a great helper. Yes, he is. So, yeah, you'll want to take all that off and then do the bleach and water, and then you'll rinse it. And then after that, you'll do Comet and something abrasive. So you'll clean it with a Comet again, rinse it, and then next you'll do something like Lime Away to get all the buildup off. So you'll do the Lime Away and then you'll rinse it again. And then make sure this whole time, you know, you're wearing gloves. And I had a mask. I didn't wear my respirator at first, just the mask. Hi, Ryan. Thanks for joining. So make sure you wear gloves. And then after you do the Comet, you'll want to do the Lime Away. Oh, I think I already said that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So you'll want to do the Lime Away, and then you'll rinse. And then you will take some sandpaper and you'll want to sand the tiles. So the box recommends, I want to say it recommends 400 to 600 grit sandpaper, but I felt like I was just giving the bathtub a massage with the 400, 600 grit. Like it didn't even do anything. It didn't touch it. So I think I had 300 grit, and then that really didn't even do anything. So I did 120, and that kind of touched it. So it just probably depends on your tile, but this tile, I don't know, nothing would touch it. So the 120 worked really good, and it barely took anything off. I mean, it just roughed it up a little bit, and I wanted it to be, you know, a little rougher than what it was, so this tub and tile stuff would actually stick. So after you do that, you rinse it, you let it dry. I think it said for at least an hour. So, you know, you want to make sure it's really dry. And then you mix this tub and tile. So it comes with a quart of the paint and then a little thing of the activator. So you'll put it together, you know, mix it up really, really good. And first, so you'll want to tape off where you don't want the paint to be, you know, and then you'll cut it in. So you'll take either a brush or a sponge, and then you'll paint the edges first. And so when you mix it together with a brush, you can either do it right out of the paint can, or if you pour it into the painting tray, make sure you put a bag over it, because it will show any little pieces of dirt or debris. So put a trash bag or, you know. Oh, sorry you guys, my service out here is so bad. Okay, so then you're gonna take a sponge roller and roll it on. I don't recommend using, a material roller or a regular roller. I can't think of the word for it right now. My brain is not working today. So you'll take a sponge roller and roll it on, and then that way you won't get any little pieces of lint or anything on the tub and tile. So for this, I actually did 4 coats of the tub and tile. So if you do a thick coat on it, it'll instantly start bubbling and it won't look good. The nice thing about it is if you do have any imperfections in between coats, you know, if you have a drip and you miss it, or you do have air bubbles, or some sort of imperfection, you can sand it. So once each coat dries, you can sand it and fix that imperfection and then go back over it with another coat. And make sure you have a respirator, make sure you have goggles or at least glasses, because that stuff is very potent. You know, put out a fan, open the windows, it's extremely potent, very stinky. So multiple light coats. You know, the first coat I cut it in, and then I took my sponge and I went in all the grout, and so in between all the tile and on the grout with my sponge or brush to make sure I got in all the little grooves and the lines. and then I did my roller, and then did it again. So I went around the edges after it dried. So you let it dry at least an hour, and then do it again, and then let it dry at least an hour, and then do it again, and it dries really fast. So when you start painting it, you want to make sure that you just keep going. So, you know, get your corners and in between the grout lines, but just keep going with it, because it's going to start to dry, and if you go back over it while it's drying, it's going to reactivate and then start to come off, and it's not going to work. So multiple light coats, don't get any air bubbles. If you do a thick coat, you'll get air bubbles, and then you have to go back. So now that I spent 2 days doing this bathroom and this bathtub, if you saw the before picture, or if you didn't, go back and look. And then the after picture, I mean, this, if you look at it, it looks pretty darn good. Like I would just leave it. If it wasn't structural and we weren't staying here long term, I mean, we remodeled the whole rest of our house. So this is the last thing. And like I said, I kind of jumped the gun on the remodel a little bit. So my husband was gone, and just, I don't know, I wanted to change the paint color, and then it just kept going. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. So, you know, just make sure it's really, really clean before you tackle it. And same with my laundry room sink. You know, it had some chippy spots in it. Make sure you just sand it and you clean it really, really good. Go through that whole process, the 3 steps, you know, the bleach, then the Comet, then the tub and tile, or not the tub and tile, the lime away, and then you'll do the tub and tile paint. So, you know, you want to make sure that it's really clean before you put it on. But it's a good product. I mean, so far, like, I'm really happy with it. I would leave it. If we weren't here long term, or, you know, this wasn't our forever house, then I'd probably use it. You know, if you're in a short-term place, or you just need a temporary fix, I mean, not super temporary, obviously, but a temporary fix, then I'd go for it. Like, I'm really happy with it. And so I had David come out. He helped us redo our kitchen and our living room and our downstairs. And I told him, I said, I just need your opinion. Like, what would you do if this was your bathroom? Because if you ask him, if you say, well, you know, what should I do? He'll say, well, I don't know, it's your bathroom. But I said, okay, well, if it's your bathroom, what would you do? And he said, well, I would rip it all out. I'm like, well, yeah. So that's what we did with the rest of the house. So we should do it with this too. You know, I don't want to have it just halfway done. So, and I don't want to do all this work putting in the floor and redoing the vanity, and then later go, oh, I should have taken out the shower, because I'm already halfway there. You know, I already ripped out half of it. So, yeah, follow along this week. It's going to be interesting. This is going to go tomorrow, and this tile is mortared in, and then this is a cast iron 300-pound bathtub. So, thankfully, my husband is going to get released from the fire, I think, tomorrow. So he should be back to help me redo and take out the rest of the bathroom. So it'll be kind of fun. I should make him do a Q&A with me. He's such a ham. He would probably like it. But anyway, so if you have friends that are looking to redo their bathroom, or just need, you know, like a temporary fix, kind of a good temporary fix, I think. I'm going to see if it lasts in our laundry room. And then, like I said, I can tell you guys if it lasts or not. But share, you know, if you have somebody in mind, please share. Oh my God, it's just kind of cool. I wanted to try it out, whether I was going to rip out the bathtub or not. I figured, well, if I'm going to rip it out, great. If not, great. I just wanted to try it. So now I tried it. I could tell you guys that I tried it, and it was kind of fun. It was kind of a lot of work, but I don't know. I like to do it. So anyway, thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.